Magandang buhay! Welcome back to our virtual class. I'm Teacher Reg, your virtual teacher. Today, we are going to study denotation and connotation. In today's lesson, you are expected to differentiate denotation from connotation and identify meaning of words using denotation and connotation. So what is denotation and connotation? Denotation and connotation has to do with the meaning of a word. Let's differentiate denotation from connotation. Denotation is the literal meaning of the word that is being used, while connotation is the emotional and imaginative association of the word that is being used. Denotation is objective and no emotions is involved, while connotation is subjective. It involves emotions or ideas. Denotation gives exact and concrete meaning of a word, while connotation gives positive or negative meaning of a word. Denotation equals to dictionary definition, while connotation equals to context clues. An easy way to recall denotation is to think of dictionary. We use dictionary to find the exact and concrete meaning of a word. An easy way to recall connotation is to think of the word context. We use context clues to find other meaning of a word. Let's look this example. I feel blue whenever I am alone. That blue shoes is my favorite shoes. Observe the underlined word. Blue is used in different sentences, but they have different meaning. In sentence number 1, blue refers to the feeling which means sadness, while the word blue in sentence number 2 refers to the literal meaning of the shoes, which is color blue. So the first sentence is an example of connotation because it involves emotions or the feeling of being blue, while the second sentence is an example of denotation because it refers to the exact meaning or the literal meaning of the word that is being used. Next example. The dog barks so loud. Mother barks at me for not doing my homework. The word barks in the first sentence refers to the sound produced by a dog, while the word barks in the second sentence refers to the shout of the mother, which is the action of the word that is being used. So the first sentence is an example of denotation because the word barks is the literal meaning of the word that is being used, while the second sentence is an example of connotation because it involves emotions of the word that is being used. Now, let's have an activity. So we are going to identify denotation and connotation from the given sentences. Are you ready? Let's get started! I have here 2 sentences. First, it's too dark outside. I can't see you. Second, I'm afraid of the dark. I don't want to go there. Which is the example of denotation and the example of connotation from the 2 sentences? So the correct answer is, the first sentence is an example of denotation because the word dark refers to the literal meaning of the word used, while the second sentence is an example of connotation because the word dark characterized by danger or evil forces. Next set of sentences. The dove flew away. That woman is a dove at heart. The underlined word is dove. Which sentence is an example of denotation and which sentence is an example of connotation? The correct answer is sentence number 1 is an example of denotation because the word dove refers to the bird, which is the literal meaning of the word used in the first sentence, while sentence number 2 is an example of connotation because it refers to the attitude of a person. Next set of sentences. She is the apple of my eye. The apple is sweet. The underlined word is apple. Which sentence is an example of denotation and example of connotation? The correct answer is The first sentence is an example of connotation because the word apple means very important or favorite. While the second sentence, the word apple refers to the literal meaning of the word, which means a kind of a fruit. Next set of sentences. I saw a green snake on the tree. He is the snake in our company. Which sentence is an example of denotation and example of connotation? The correct answer is the first sentence is an example of denotation because the word snake refers to the literal meaning of the word, which is an animal. While the second sentence is an example of connotation, which means the word snake refers to the person who is the traitor or a spy in the company. Let's have our last set of sentences. I like our new classmate. He's very cool. The weather is very cool. Which sentence is an example of denotation and an example of connotation? The correct answer is the first sentence is an example of connotation while the second sentence is an example of denotation. Let's look at the two words, interested and NOSY. They have the same dictionary definition. They have the same denotative meaning. They both mean having the attention or curiosity engaged. However, interested and NOSY do not have the same tone. One of them sounds a bit more positive and one of them sounds a bit more negative. So even though the two words might have the same denotation, they can have a different tone, a different connotation. And the connotative meaning of the word interested means participating or having an interest or share, while the connotative meaning of NOSY means unduly curious about the affairs of others. Connotation. Connotation refers to a word's tone, a word's energy, and can be both positive or negative in meaning. Like for example, interested and NOSY. Which of these has a more positive connotation and a negative connotation? Interested is more positive while NOSY is more negative. Another example, stubborn and determined. Both means having a firm decision. They have the same dictionary definition or denotative meaning, but they have different connotative meaning. While stubborn means difficult to shape or change one's attitude, while determined means decided or settled. Which one has a more positive connotation and which has more negative connotation? The answer is determined is more positive while stubborn is more negative connotation. So let's have an activity. Identify which sentence is more positive connotation or a negative connotation. Are you ready? Let's get started. Number 1. Chatty and talkative. Which one of these has a more positive connotation and which has a more negative connotation? The correct answer is chatty is more positive and talkative has more negative connotation. Number 2. Confident and egotistical. Which has more positive and which has more negative connotation? The answer is confident has a more positive connotation while egotistical has more negative connotation. Number 3. Immature and innocent. Which has more positive and negative connotation? The correct answer is innocent has a more positive connotation and immature has a more negative connotation. Number 4. Slim and skinny. Which of these has a more positive and has a more negative connotation? So slim has a more positive connotation and skinny has more negative connotation. Number 5. Picky and meticulous. Which of these has more positive connotation and has more negative connotation? The answer is meticulous has more positive connotation while picky has more negative connotation. Very good, you did a great job. Now, let's proceed to activity 2. Choose the word that best fits the sentence. Number 1. Aling Lilita's restaurant is furnished with blank furniture. Old, antique. The correct answer is antique. Aling Lilita's restaurant is furnished with antique furniture. Number 2. The attendants are all blank. Young, immature. The correct answer is young. The attendants are all young. Number 3. You can stay at the terrace in a blank sofa. Cozy, cramped. The correct answer is cozy. You can stay at the terrace in a cozy sofa. Number 4. The service that the restaurant provides is blank. Slow, unhurried. The correct answer is slow. The service that the restaurant provides is slow. Number 5. The food they serve are very blank but delicious. Plain, simple. The correct answer is simple. The food they serve are very simple but delicious. There are different ways in identifying meanings of words. To fully understand a word and use it correctly, you need to know both its denotation and its connotation. Congratulations for a job well done. That's all for today. I hope you learned something new today. Please like this video if you learned something and please subscribe if you haven't yet. Again, I'm Teacher Reg, your virtual teacher. Bye! Happy learning!